Hello guys and welcome back to another video today. We are doing Alternate History of the World 2. As you may or may not have saw in the last video, I'll leave a link for that in the description. The red side got, demolished. And here is the new border changes. Starting off, Poland got Kaliningrad, and that's basically it. The Baltics all united and got a chunk out of Russia. Ukraine is now really big. Romania united with Moldova. North Macedonia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, along with Bulgaria, all divided Serbia. Turkey, he united with the Caucasian countries and got some stuff out of Russia, Iran, and got full control over that sea. I don't know what it's called. Please tell me in the comments. Along with this, Turkey and Israel split Syria. Israel who got Lebanon, Palestine, Jordan, and Iraq. Saudi Arabia united with Kuwait and Qatar, while Oman united with UAE and split Yemen into two. Siberia was given independence, along with Norway gaining this peninsula and Finland gaining some stuff out of Russia. India gained some land out of China, got all of Pakistan and some land out of Iran. I now made this mess of a border in Southeast Asia, along with the Republic of China being formed, and Xinjiang, Tibet, and Manchuria also getting independence. The ROC also took some land out of Mongolia. Korea united, and Japan got tons of eastern Russia. And that's basically it. So firstly, we are now going to see the East African Federation between Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, and then there's South Sudan. And last but not least, the DRC, because it's kind of in the east. Goodbye, Lake. Lake is kind of annoying, to be honest. So now we have the East African Federation. I forgot that this map doesn't show South Sudan. So let's just draw a border. Yeah, that's not the correct border in real life, but you know. So East African Federation. Now, first real battle of the war. Somalia has had some rebels for quite some time now. So Ethiopia and Djibouti jump into the action. The Somalian rebels start by popping up in northern and, it's taking over most of the northern coast of Somalia. Following this, Ethiopia starts a spearhead to cut Somalia in two, but they are faced with fierce Somalian resistance. Eventually, Somalia starts their own campaign into Ethiopia, but is eventually stopped. The rebels, aided with Djibouti, push and take over most of northwestern Somalia. Somalia is then cut into 3 pieces, with the capital being captured. Following this, Somalia surrenders. So now, let's draw the borders. Firstly, Djibouti is going to gain a lot of land. Somaliland gains the entire north, and then Ethiopia takes the rest. Just going to erase it over here. Okay. What else? Some of the countries that participated in the war, like most of the countries in Europe that are in NATO, are dissatisfied as they got nothing. So one by one, they all leave NATO. Starting with Germany, what are those called? The Benelux, Italy, France, then all of the countries in Europe. Following this, the United States of America disbanded NATO. Hey, want to hear a funny plot story? I wonder why Russia is blue. Hey, what's this? Are those rebels? But they're not any rebels. They're fascist rebels. The rebels start by rebelling in southern Russia. They then encircle the city of Moscow and capture it in days. These two rebel armies then link up and move across the border with Kazakhstan, eventually meeting Siberia. But if you're wondering, who could be supplying these rebels? They're so strong. Well, you guessed it. Siberia. Siberia was pretty dissatisfied with what they got, and so are the people, since Japan got all of this out east. The rebel Siberian armies move into Russia at lightning speed. This is partially because Russia's army, had to be disbanded after the war. Russia then calls on their allies, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan, along with Mongolia. These forces literally do nothing, as the rebels, aided with Siberia, easily sweep in and take over these new frontiers. Following this, Russia surrenders. So, now, let's look at the new borders. Siberia gains a large amount of land. It's not the right one. I think Siberia or Canada is now the largest nation. Siberia also gains most of the land in northern Kazakhstan. Also, now Russia is fascist. Siberia doesn't want anything out of Mongolia. I don't see their land as too precious, just saying. Okay. So, a new alliance has been formed. The Protective Fascist Alliance of Asia, or the PFAA, is formed between Russia, Kazakhstan, the rest of Central Asia, Shanghai, Mongolia, Iran, and that's it. Kind of just like, you know, to try and take back Siberia and stuff. Final battle. First African World War. No, not the first. It is in South Africa, Southern Africa. Should be red. South Africa wants to take back its previous land. They are aided by Mozambique, Zambia, and Angola. Countries that are against South Africa include Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Madagascar, Eswatini, and Lesotho, along with Malawi, and you guessed it, the East African Federation. They start by capturing this little exclave that Angola owns, which accounts for around 60% of the oil production. Following this, Angola is severely weakened. Mozambique pushes into southern Malawi. Well, since the DRC, or now the East African Federation, has a little thing here, they easily make a spearhead, cutting Zambia into two and blocking Angola and Zambia from the rest. Following this, Zambia's capital is quickly captured and the country surrenders. South Africa takes over Swaziland and Lesotho, while landings are made across the western, northern and southern coast. The north and south landings are repelled, but the two others meet. South Africa pushes into the desert of Namibia, but is kind of unsuccessful because of the desert. They are more successful though in pushing into Zimbabwe and Botswana. Angola pushes into northern Namibia, capturing the Panhandle, but the East African Federation, along with Zimbabwe and Botswana, start a full assault towards Angola's capital. They start a few spearheads. One of them eventually captures Angola's capital, and the country surrenders. Following this, the Angolan armies in Namibia also surrender. Mozambique captures northern Madagascar. and surrounds their capital. They capture the south. Fierce Madagascan resistance stops them from capturing the capital, also mildly because of this. That's right. The East African Federation, aided with their allies, start a push into northern Mozambique, capturing Malawi, liberating Malawi and splitting Mozambique into two. South Africa's attacks in Zimbabwe are repelled, and Mozambique's capital is captured. Following this, the country surrenders. So do the armies in Madagascar. Swaziland is liberated, and South Africa's attacks in the allies of the East African Federation are repelled. Eventually, these two armies meet up at South Africa's capital, forcing the country to surrender. So now let's look at the border changes. Madagascar and all of Mozambique. Lesotho owns a reasonable amount of land, even though they barely did anything in the war, if they did anything at all. So does Namibia and Botswana, and Zimbabwe, but Zimbabwe and Zambia choose to unite with the East African Federation, partially because of Zimbabwe's struggling economy. Also, Malawi gains a ton of Mozambique. So when I said Madagascar got all of Mozambique, I was kinda lying. Sorry. Sorry but not sorry. Please don't mind the noise outside. It's just there's some work going on. If you can hear the noise anyway. Okay. I'll finish showing the borders in the next video, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed my video, and yeah, have a good day.